Hi, I'm Patrick, and this is the Mach-E vlog. Today we have some really good news. The Mach-E order banks are opening back up with lower cost and some new battery technology in the standard range version. So let's go. Let me just start by saying today is May 2nd, Tuesday. The order banks are going to open back up tomorrow, which is May 3rd. If you didn't know, currently you cannot order a Mustang Mach-E. Everything is on pause. It's been on pause for about a month. And I think that was because they knew what they were going to be announcing today. And that's new batteries and new pricing and some other little minor details. So let's get started with the pricing first. As you can see, there are price cuts across the board on the Mach-E. We'll start with the Select rear-wheel drive standard range. That has gone down from $45,995 down to $42,995, difference of $3,000. The $3,000 price cut is also for the all-wheel drive, which is now down to $45,995. The California Route 1, it only got a $1,000 price cut. That is always, the California Route 1 is always all-wheel drive and extended range. There's no different configuration for that. The premium Mach-E has rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. Those both got $4,000 price cuts. So the rear-wheel drive is down to $46,995 and the premium is down to $49,995. The GT all-wheel drive extended range, and this is the non-performance edition, is now down to $59,995. That's also a $4,000 price cut as well. So that's very good news if you're looking for the performance variant or the GT variation of the Mach-E. And if you're wondering where like the extended range version of the premium is, that's it's basically just an option. So now let's get over to the options and we can get into some of the details of this. So the premium extended range battery is a $7,000 option. You cannot get the extended range battery on the Select, and with the Route 1, it's standard to have the extended range battery, and on the GT and GT Performance Edition, it's also part of the package of getting those. But on the premium, you can go standard range or extended range. The extended range is a $7,000 option. The Night Pony package, which basically adds some like black details to the Mach-E, like with the logo, that's still an $800 package, no price change there. The GT Performance Edition package, which of course is only available with the Mach-E GT, has gone down $1,000. It was $6,000, now it's down to $5,000. And then Blue Cruise 1.2, this is like the package deal to get you Blue Cruise. That is now $2,100, so it's gone up by $200. And there are some other changes as well with Blue Cruise that we'll also get into in a couple of minutes. There's also a new Comfort Package Lite that was not available before. This is only available on the Select, and that's now a $1,500 option. So another detail that we'll dive into on one of the next slides. One of the biggest changes that's included with this announcement is the new LFP batteries. These are new lithium iron phosphate batteries. The other, previously the Mach-E only had the lithium ion batteries. That's still available in all of the extended range, or that's actually what you get. Extended range is the old battery chemistry. The new LFP batteries are in the standard range that's available on the Select or the Premium. And there are some pros and cons to the LFP battery. Basically, they take up a little bit more space, which is why I don't think you can get an extended range version of the LFP. I think they're using all of the space that they normally would for the extended range just for a standard range LFP battery. So that's why you won't see an extended range LFP battery at this time on the Mach-E. One really cool thing is that there's going to be 45 extra horsepower compared to previously with the standard range models. So a little bit of exciting news for that. I'm not sure if it'll change your 0 to 60 times much, but it'll be a slight performance boost. They also give you, it also gives you a little bit more range, not much. It's now 250 miles of range for rear-wheel drive, which I think used to be 247, and 226 miles of range for the all-wheel drive, which I think used to be 224. So only like 2-3 miles more range with the LFP battery on the standard range, but it is still a slight increase. Some other advantages to having the LFP: it's a little bit more reliable, durable battery. There's not as many limitations when you're talking about charging. There's some other charging improvements, but one of the best ones is that you can charge to 100% at home every day with no issues. So charging to 100% means if you have the rear wheel drive, you can charge all the way up to 100% and you're going to have that 250 miles of range with no problems. And you can do that pretty much every single day with no problems with the LFP battery. With the lithium ion batteries on like the extended range, they're only recommending that you charge up to 90% on a daily basis. So if you're talking about daily usable battery, there's some really good advantages to going with the standard range because of the 100% charging capability every day. This does not mean that you can't charge an extended range battery up to 100%. They just don't recommend that you do it every day. We personally, like if we're going on a road trip, like we're going to do a short road trip tomorrow to go up to LA, I might charge up to 100% tonight because I'm going to drive the car tomorrow, but I won't necessarily do that every day, and it's not recommended. Another really great advantage of the LFP batteries is apparently it's going to be a bit faster charging from 10 to 80%. Right now, Ford advertises that you can charge the extended range battery or the old standard range battery, the lithium ion, from 10 to 80% in about 38 minutes. Now they're saying it'll be 33 minutes. So you'll get a little bit faster charging. I'm assuming this is not like going to increase the peak charging rate, but it's going to be that sustained charging. It won't slow down as much as it's going deeper into the charging curve. So that's actually a really good thing. And of course, because there's some very complicated rules in how the federal tax credit is applied now, it comes down to, where your battery's from, where it's assembled, all these other good details, very complicated. But they said that the new LFP battery in the Select and the Premium will still qualify the Mach-E for the $3,750 federal tax credit, which is also, of course, on the extended range versions with the lithium ion battery. So $3,750 is the federal tax credit across the board on the Mach-E. So now let's talk about BlueCruise 1.2, which is now sort of, instead of coming with the Mach-E as like a 3-year package or a 1-year trial, or in some cases 90 days, all Mach-Es will have a 90-day trial of BlueCruise 1.2. All Mach-Es will be BlueCruise capable, which is a slight change. Before on the Select, you had to get a certain package to get that. All Mach-Es will be BlueCruise capable. You can choose to subscribe at the end of the 90-day trial, or if you want to go ahead and get it, you can just go ahead and include that in the purchase price. Not really sure if you get that extra 90 days tacked onto the like if you add the subscription at the time of purchase. I'm sure that they'll figure something like that out. But anyways, and if you're not familiar with BlueCruise, BlueCruise is the hands-free driver's assistance package that's with the Mach-E. It works only, the hands-free portion only works on pre-mapped roads. There's about 130,000 miles of pre-mapped roads in the US. It's also, this isn't a UK version of this video, but it is just rolling out in the UK as well, and very few roads in Canada. But one misconception is that BlueCruise doesn't work on non-pre-map roads, but that's false. It actually does work on basically any road where it has lane markings, but if it's not pre-mapped, you have to have your hands on. It's basically just intelligent cruise control with lane centering. So it does work on pretty much any road where there's lane markings, whether it's 2 lanes, 4 lanes, whatever. As long as it has lane markings, it works. And then on the pre-map roads, it's hands-free. A little bit confusing, but if you have any questions about that, we have multiple videos about BlueCruise 1.2. We'll pop one up above, as well as link to the others in the description below. So if you have questions about BlueCruise, that's all in there. Some of the other features that are part of BlueCruise 1.2, it does assisted lane changes, meaning it'll help you and do an automatic lane change when you turn your blinker on. It will do in-lane repositioning, so if there's a big truck next to you, it'll scooch over so that you're not feeling too close to the truck while BlueCruise is engaged. and predictive speed assist. So if it sees a sharp curve coming up, it'll slow down before it hits the curve so it doesn't like fling you around the corner too much, and will adjust to speed limit signs as well. And it'll do that ahead of time, so it doesn't wait, see the speed limit sign, and then you're going past it and the cop's waiting for you. It will see that the speed limit sign's coming up and will slow down so that you're doing the speed limit when you pass the speed limit sign. Very cool feature, and hopefully it'll save you from getting a ticket. Now for some other quick details, I mentioned that comfort package light that's available on the Select. That's going to include heated front seats, heated steering wheel, memory driver's seat, and side view power folding mirrors on the Select. Of course, some of the stuff is like on the Premium and GT is included standard, but on the Select you can get that package. The GT Performance Edition will now have an option for all season tires, which is actually pretty cool. We bought this 2022 GT Performance Edition in Colorado. It came with summer tires only. I would have liked to have had an all season tire on this car. Of course, now we're in California, so the summer tires are doing just fine out here. But to have an all season tire option is very nice. And finally, they're changing the wheels on the Premium. And they just sort of threw this into the press release, but I think this is actually a big change. They're going to now have the 19-inch shadow silver painted aluminum wheels with high gloss black painted aero covers. Very long name, but that basically means, and I'll go ahead and we'll pop up the photo here. If you have seen some Selects out there with like upgraded wheels, I believe these are the wheels that are going on the Premiums from now on. I believe this is the wheel here. I may not be 100% correct. I looked it up a few times, but this, I believe, is that Premium shadow silver painted aluminum wheel with high gloss black painted aero covers. I believe that's what we're showing on the screen here. So slight differences in the wheel package. This is a Select photo right now, but that's what's going to be on the Premium. Okay, so that's it for the big announcement details. Very exciting news. We knew that the LFP battery was coming. Ford announced this a while ago, along with they're increasing the production out of the factory down in Mexico for the Mach-E. They're expecting to be able to produce a lot more Mach-Es, up to, I believe, over 200,000 a year that they're going to be up to. And not sure of all the technical details of how they did that. I believe they just made it so that it's now like a 24/7 operation, more capacity. So that's great news. If you're looking for a Mach-E, there's going to be a lot more availability. Hopefully be able to order them and get them out a lot sooner. A lot of people last year had 8-month waits to get a Mach-E from the time they placed the order to the time they got it. That's exactly what we waited for this one. We ordered in December of 2021 and got it in July 2022. I know other people that had similar waits. So hopefully the wait times will be far less. Of course, the LFP battery thing is a huge step for Ford. They are also working to build LFP battery factories here in the US, as well as lithium-ion battery factories as well. So there's more battery capacity coming for Ford. There's other big changes coming for Ford as well. Now, one of the things that people have talked about with the price cuts on the Mach-E that they've done previously is Ford is technically losing quite a bit of money on every Mach-E that they sell and every F-150 Lightning. And that's basically part of their ramp-up process. They know they're going to lose money on these cars now, but this is part of their investment. And if you look at the overall big picture, part of what they're losing money on is like they're building these giant battery factories and EV facilities in Tennessee and Kentucky. And I believe the other one that they have proposed is in Michigan. So they're doing investments. They know this is part of the ramp-up process. They know that this is going to be a slow growth, not slow growth, but a long road to get to profitability over the next couple of years. But one of the ways to do that is increasing capacity of the Mach-E. That'll drop the overall cost down, or the cost per Mach-E down, so that'll help them out. And then using batteries like the LFP battery will reduce their costs as well. So there's some big changes for Ford. If you haven't seen anything about Blue Oval City, you should go take a look at Ford's YouTube channel, look at what they're doing with Blue Oval City. They're going to develop the next generation electric truck truck there. It's not going to be the Lightning. It's going to be something new that they haven't announced. Their code name for it is T3, which is Trust the Truck. I don't know where they're going to go with the name on that one. But anyways, exciting news. If you have any questions about the price cuts, I don't know too much more, but drop those down in the description. A couple of people have already asked, are there going to be any retroactive price cuts? Because they sort of did that previously. I believe that they're going to try to do something like that. Like if you ordered a Mach-E, but it hasn't been delivered yet, I think they're going to try to help those people out. Check with your dealer. If you don't hear anything from your dealer, if they don't have answers, call the Ford customer service line. I think I can put that down below, or you can just literally Google Ford customer service. Ask them. It doesn't hurt to ask. I don't know any of the details. I think they're going to try to do something. It may not be, like an actual cash or check. It may be points or maybe free Blue Cruise. Who knows what they'll do? It's not up to me. It's up to them. But anyways, thanks for watching. Thank you to our subscribers. We're very excited to get this video out so quickly. So I'm going to rush right now and get this edited and published. And as Liv would say, whatever you drive, no matter how much it costs, or if it includes Blue Cruise 1.2, enjoy the ride.